Hello, this is going to be like a video diary of my truck build. This is a 1948 Dodge dump truck. It's a B1J12 is the model number. It's a 2-ton or 2.5-ton truck, 16,500 gross vehicle weight truck. I picked it up about a week ago, and it runs and drives. The brakes booster might be disconnected. Trying to figure that out. There's something with the brakes. The previous owner thought that the front brakes were disconnected. After doing some exploration, I don't think that's necessarily true. It seems like the brake booster is definitely disconnected, and I just got to figure out what kind of, if it's air over hydraulics or if it's just a regular vacuum booster or what. So a little bit of exploration there. Overall, the truck's in pretty good shape. Not too rusty. I'm doing a little bit of work right now, painting the rear rims because it is a dually, and I have the outside rear tires off in order for them to fit on my trailer. So now I decided on the color. It's going to be maroon, so I'm going to keep the cab silver. I'm just going to repaint the bed, the box of the truck, and the rims, and then those are going to become maroon. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to be losing that. It says coal there. You know, a friend of mine really wants me to keep that, but I don't think there's enough there to preserve to make it worthwhile, and you can't see it on the other side. And that's just from me scraping off the green paint that's loose and chipping. I've already started to do some work on the truck, so I'll kind of show you some pictures now of what the truck used to look like kind of when I got it, and what the pictures look like on Craigslist when I bought it. And then I'll show you what I've been doing. I don't know what's going on in the background. Somebody's honking. So the side windows are, the driver's side is broken out. The passenger side is just broken. Trying to think of what else might be an issue. Other than that, the brake lights didn't work when I first got it, but then I looked and it was just a loose wire and plugged it in, and sure enough, they work now. Headlights work. Running lights work. Blinkers do not work. The dump bed works, leaks hydraulic fluid a little bit, so that's not too crazy. Trying to think of what else. Intermittent coolant leak. It seemed like it was leaking coolant when I brought it back on the trailer, but then it seemed to have stopped, so I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to figure that out. If anybody has any ideas, anybody has any questions, wants any additional pictures or whatever, just put them in the comment section below. I don't know much about these trucks. I'm learning, so any helpful information I know about, I think it's something DCM Classics, or I think it's Dodge Classic Motors. It's for parts. Pilot House, Dodge Pilot House Club. I heard about them. I've looked up some of the information there, so I'm aware of those. If there's anything else or any good forums, let me know. Here, let me give you a little tour of the truck. Alright, this is how she stands right now. So you can see, not too bad a shape, rust-wise, a little dirty. The side mirror is all broken. Now I want to replace it with the same side that's on the driver's side, so if anybody has a good link for that, I'd appreciate it. You can see the windows broken out. If anybody knows how to replace the windows, that'd be handy, because I'm really trying to figure out how exactly this is supposed to come out and replace it. I know it's just flat glass, so that's kind of nice. I just painted one coat of POR 15 on the inside here because it's kind of rusty, kind of a pitted rust you could kind of see. I hope to kind of just stop it for now. You know, there's one hole there, but other than that, the floorboard seems pretty solid. Got the dash. The frame's pretty solid looking. I mean, it was painted, it's a little chunky. Tires need to be replaced. So I just painted this one. So I used a Rust-Oleum paint over rust primer, and then this is a maroon color. I've did 2 coats of the maroon coat paint so far, so it's starting to come out kind of nice. The clouds over the sun, so the light's going to change here a little bit. But you can see overall the bed's in pretty good shape. Most of it is good. It looks like there's this coating here that's going to have to get chipped off. You know, and then the paint, you know, needs another coat. And then somebody added, I assume this is a reverse siren and a reverse light. It doesn't seem to work at the moment. And then these two lights, I know that this light works, and that light I think over there might work, so I'll have to check that out. Here you can see the other wheels painted. Then I started scraping it off, but you can't really see the letters Cole at all here, so you can kind of see a little bit of something here, but not enough, so I figure I'm not gonna try to preserve that. Plus I'm not a big fan of the green. Alright, here's the door. This door has the inside panel, and this glass is completely gone, so you know, oh, there's a piece of glass right now just sticking out the bottom. So I did the pure R15 here. And the seats are lit. I took the gas pedal off so as I do this. So for those who aren't familiar with it, just to give you a little rundown, this is the headlight, high-low switch, clutch, brake. The gas would sit on these two knobs here and then press right here. This is the starter switch, which is kind of cool with your foot. Obviously the shifter, parking brake, and then the first one engages and disengages the power takeoff of the transmission. The second one activates the dump. You know, the lights seem to work, the wipers work. A little ghosting around the glass. I'm not exactly sure how to fix that or if that's an option. And then the outside of the... So this is the side mirror I'd like to get another one of to put on the passenger side. So if anybody has any links to that, that would be super awesome. Looks like when I was looking at pictures, there's like these things that go on the front here. Those are missing. I think the owner, I have some pictures from 1995, I think, when it was somebody repainted it silver, and they must have removed it at that time. So let me open this up. Alright, just a sec. So as far as I know, it's the original engine. I haven't checked the serial number or anything yet. I was told the carburetor was cleaned about 2 years ago, and the points and stuff was replaced. It's a 12-volt system now. I got to do at least an oil change on this thing at some point. I don't know anything about it as far as wiring, how original or anything like that is. Alright, going to the other side. I love the front here. I'm just holding it up. So I think this is for the brake booster. Well, at least I'm pretty sure it is. Almost nearly 100% it is. So it looks like it might have been plugged off here, and it should have been disconnected. I don't know why. The previous owner that I bought it from has no idea why. If anybody has any insight on that, that'd be great. I'd like to get some information. This thing definitely runs down to like an air tank collector or something like that on the back, and then runs out over to the brake booster. It's underneath the dump box. My guess, there's a few rubber connectors in there that are not connected, so I don't know what exactly is leaking in the system. It's just everything, or if I rehook up this and hook up the rubber hoses, if then the brake booster will work. I don't know, or maybe the brake booster is leaking. Again, I'm not too sure. And that's about it. Front tires aren't in too bad a shape. Both of them are about the same. I don't know anything about this bumper or anything else. The frame all looks pretty solid. You know, some oil leaks and all that stuff. The exhaust pipe is completely broken off down near the front there. Overall, solid truck. So it came from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's been kept on private property for at least the last 7 years, and primarily kept on private property for since '95, so at least almost 20 something years. So that's it. This is the introduction. I'll post other videos in the future showing some of the updates and such. The idea for me is that this will be a working truck. I have 14.5 acres. I'm going to be hauling gravel in and making roads on my property, pathways, in order to for my tractor to run on, and various other equipment, so that we don't get all rutted and such. Probably also be hauling manure out to the pastures, and wood chips out to the pastures. They'll kind of keep them built up, and maybe run into the feed store, and probably a car show or two. We'll see. I'm pretty excited about it. I've kind of liked the idea of having an old truck, and so this kind of satisfies two things. It's useful, which is pretty important for me right now, because I can't just buy stuff for fun, and you know, it's a classic vehicle that'll be kind of fun to drive. So I think it's a 4-speed transmission. I think you have to double clutch it to get it in the second and third and fourth. I haven't got to play with it much on the road yet. I'll do a startup video showing what it's like to start it up and all that coming in the future. All right, take care. Bye.